The representation shows the branches of the Mahabodhi tree rising above a barrel vaulted temple, enshrining the Triratan, and Ashok sported by two queens, one descending from the elephant and the second time proceeding towards the Mahabodhi tree with folded hands. Ashoka's visit to the Sambodhi, along with his spiritual preceptor Upgupta, is described at length in the Ashokavadana. During this visit, Ashoka is said to have made a donation of precious jewels and 100,000 pieces of gold to the Mahabodhi tree and either built a chaitya here or most probably replenished the already existing chaitya. Some Buddhist texts mention the Mahabodhi tree either having been cut down or efforts being made to destroy it. There is also at least one recorded incident when it fell down due to a storm in 1876. Consequently, it appears to have been gone through quite a few cycles of death and rebirth, so to say, and efforts must have been made to either regrow it from the stumps of the original Mahabodhi tree or from one of its branches or through the seed having been dropped into decayed spot of the old tree or through the replanting at the original spot of one of its naturally grown saplings gathered from around it. The present Mahabodhi tree appears to be the fourth or fifth generation from the original Mahabodhi tree. As noticed by Rajendra Lal Mitra in 1877, as a consequence of the intensely devotional activities of the Pala kings and the Burmese, the platform around the Mahabodhi tree also progressively rose till it reached a height of the terrace around 35 feet above ground. Over half a dozen incidents have been mentioned in the different texts about the Mahabodhi tree having suffered at the hands of man or nature. For example, Emperor Ashoka. Xuanzang, who visited the Mahabodhi temple sometime in the 1630s, mentions that before becoming an aficionado of Buddhism, Emperor Ashoka attempted to destroy the Mahabodhi tree. However, the incident of Ashoka having indulged in such a deed has not been mentioned anywhere else. As Xuanzang visited India nearly 900 years after Ashoka, the tale told by him appears to be fictional and unreliable. Xuanzang appears to have fabricated this story in his enthusiasm to show him the truly evil Ashok, Chanda Ashok, becoming a completely transformed pious Ashok, Dhamma Ashok, due to this adoption of Buddhism. Sri Lankan chronicles mention Ashoka only as being devoted to the Mahabodhi tree to such an extent that he once not only bestowed his own kingship upon it, but also compared his own life with the life of the tree. Emperor Ashoka's wife Tishyarakshita. According to the Ashokavadana, Emperor Ashoka's wife Tishyarakshita, in Pali she is known as Tisrakshita, hired a sorceress out of sheer jealousy to destroy the tree, as Ashoka loved the tree more than her. As a result, the tree began to wither. However, before it was too late, Tishyarakshita came to realize her mistake and orders the sorceress to rewind the spell. Consequently, the tree grew to be as it was before. The occasion has been displayed on one of the bas reliefs at Sanchi. However, Ayu Wong Ching, the Chinese version of Ashokavadana, gives a slightly different version of this incident. According to this text, the job of destroying the tree was given by the queen to a Chandali, an outcast, a maid, after the tree revived. Ashoka constructed a wall around it, and on the basis of the information provided by the Burmese chronicles, Cunningham has suggested that as King Prasenjit had already built a double wall around the Mahabodhi tree, Emperor Ashoka appears to have added a third wall. According to the Mahavansh, 3 years after Tisrakha became queen in the 19th year of Ashoka's reign, that is around 249 BCE, she caused the tree to be killed by means of mandu thorns. The tree, however, grew again, and a great monastery, Mahavihar, was attached to the Bodhi Mand. Fashion also refers somewhat vaguely to Ashoka's queen without naming her for having sent men to cut the tree down. But the king banked it up on all sides with bricks, and the tree began to grow at the top of its roots. Xuanzang also refers to the incident and points out that Emperor Ashoka's queen, a heretical believer, secretly sent someone to cut down the tree after nightfall. When King Ashoka went to worship the tree, he was very sad to see only the stump of the tree. He prayed earnestly and watered the stump with sweet milk, and in a few days the tree grew up once again. With deep respect and astonishment, according to this Chinese pilgrim, the king built a stone enclosure to the height of more than 10 feet around the tree, which is still in existence according to Xuanzang. Pushyamitra Shunga. Some indirect evidence, as hinted in the Vibhasha, has been used to accuse Pushyamitra Shunga for having vandalized the Mahabodhi tree. The Vibhasha, a Sarvastivadin Vaibhashik text dated in the 2nd century of the Common Era, points out that Pushyamitra, though tried to destroy the Mahabodhi tree, but was not able to due to the intervention of the deity of the tree, named Thiyu, Satyavak. King Hunimanta, taking a cue from the information provided by Tarnath, Alexander Cunningham has suggested that the Mahabodhi tree was most probably destroyed when Magad was invaded by the western king Hummant, generally identified with Mihir Kul, king of the Hunas, in about the 1st century of the Common Era. According to Cunningham, to quote him, as the temples are said to have been destroyed, the canopied walk must have been thrown down and destroyed, and the famous Bodhi tree could not have escaped. Unquote.